like a college guy right after a frat party. Or just one night after Taco Bell. You know, just gotta get it all out. Howdy everybody, welcome back. The last time we did anything with the old Buffalo, we left it off with, we're pretty certain that we got a lot more clutch feel now on the pedal, but it's still not 100%. We've had this sneaking suspicion since kind of the get-go. See, I'll just show you. We can actually, you know, use it. And you can start it up now and actually put it in gear and all this other stuff. It's working pretty good, but it's not releasing the clutch all the way. So basically that comes down to pulling the transmission, and kind of sucks. And we were all hoping that it wasn't going to come down to that, but just a thing, right, Dan?
Yeah.
So we got another big piece of, what is that, 3/4 plywood, right?
3/4 plywood, roll the jacks on.
Yeah, that's a big old NV 4500 underneath there. You got to pull the drive shaft. Well, both the drive shafts, it's two-wheel drive, but it's got a carrier bearing, so both drive shafts got to go. Then we get the transmission out, some grace of God, and then, well, hopefully we find something easy to fix. Even if the clutch disc is on backwards, we can get a new clutch and all that stuff, a new flywheel if that got damaged or anything like that. But yeah,
clutch fork.
I mean, if that's all that really ends up being wrong with the truck so far, it may sound like a big pain in the butt, but really, when you're done with this thing, it's gonna be so freaking worth it. It's just like getting that 61 800 running again. That thing still fires right up and will do whatever you want it to do. Just give them a little bit of love, keep them running. And this one runs great. It fires right up every time. And you can drive it around, brakes work good. We got some wiring to finagle and fix. We got some dudens up we need to do to make it look more presentable, because right now we ain't done crap to it. And the white paint's not very good in person. It's super orange peel, and well, yeah, it needs painted. We know this. We're gonna dude it up looking kind of cool. But before we get into any of that crap, we gotta make it to where it's reliable to start up, push the clutch, and use it and drive it around without having to kill it every time to get it out of reverse. Well, no, it's to get it into reverse. You can't put it in reverse when it's running. It's about time for an update, and well, as far as updates go, there appears to be something missing. Oh, the transmission. Great work as always, Dad. You got the daggone drive shafts out. NV 4500. Dad said the oil in there looked really nice. See our input shaft there, and well, look at that.
Clutch Max Pro.
Yeah.
It's all brand new. It's on a fuck clutch.
But Dad found we got a broken bolt off top of the clutch, or the pressure plate right there. That'd be kind of a problem. Let's see here.
Trouble is, where did that bolt head go? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
If it's stuck in there somehow.
Yeah, it could be up inside of this. Well, that's quite a bit of crap. I did not, for as hot as it was this morning, Dad, I can't believe you.
Well, it's not all shady underneath here.
It's true.
And the breeze is blowing.
What do you think of this exhaust? It's like 3-inch, and always, all the diesel exhausts always do this, where they go from like 3-inch right up to like 5 or 6 inch, just in one flare. I guess that works.
It's got a big old turn down at the very back, I noticed.
I'm okay with it.
And the transmission just rolled straight back on this jack, so.
The transmission looked like, maybe this transmission jack is meant for these bigger transmissions, because it kind of looks like that fits better on there than the 833s.
Kind of overhauled this strap a little bit. And
that strap has always been a bane.
this is the cheapest damn ratchet. I need to change that out.
I thought I said to do that before you.
I should go there, but you know how you get in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And one bolt was missing out of the transmission.
So we're gonna have to get a new slave cylinder. That happened when we were trying to fit that guy on there. We just ain't told anybody that. So we'll get a new one of those for the first gen D350 92 model, because that one technically fit. And I guess, well, we're gonna have to see about removing this pressure plate and then the clutch disc, and possibly probably check the flywheel out. It may need to be replaced, I don't know. All these fingers should be at the exact same level. None of them should be sitting higher than any of the others. It doesn't look like it. Using the line on the camera here a little bit, and it might be a little bit askew. I don't know. But besides figuring out what's going on here, eventually we're going to see about doing some of these lines and stuff, because this truck was originally an automatic, and there's a lot of stuff we can delete, so we will be deleting them as we go. I'm going to do better to be out here and help you more often, Dad. It's cooled off a little bit.
My body's acclimated to it. 70 hours last week in this heat.
We all can't be superhuman. Oh yeah, there's the cross member, our bell housing, throw up bearing, and the clutch fork. If we had a little more time, I can TIG weld. I could cut the bottom of that off, make some flanges, and make it where that's serviceable. Yeah, flywheel looks fine. Minus the one broken off bolt, but yeah, how's the pilot bearing feel?
It's a little needle bearing.
Yeah, that's an actual bearing, not a bushing.
No, I mean, that's the bearing right there. I guess it goes, I figured it might have an inner race, but
no, it's just a needle bearing, or a cage bearing, whatever you want to call that.
It's all there.
One thing I do want to point out was the bolts that came out of the pressure plate were just normal grade 8 bolts, and in most of my experience putting clutches together, one of them bolts was hanging out down here. They normally got a big shoulder on them for them to seat through on here, so you ain't sitting on the threads. That way it actually locates the pressure plate in. So I was kind of wondering if maybe that would matter. I don't know, maybe it don't. So there's our same metallic clutch disc on this side.
Has it always been hot, or is that the way they look?
That's got a groove cut in it all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not supposed to be like
it's been dragging or something.
And then our organic side.
You see anything that says flywheel side?
I was seeing if I could get a glimpse of that, but I ain't seeing nothing yet. I don't think you could even put this side towards the flywheel. All right, I didn't get a good view. We didn't ever flip over the pressure plate, but it's not got any like deep score. Well, not really. No, this is pretty smooth, but you can see the heat marks on it. Yeah, I don't have any of these special pressure plate bolts, but this is what they had. It's just regular grade 8 hardware. And normally they got this little step on them, a little shoulder here, so the pressure plate can ride on that and not on these threads, because this is not. Because if you just try and do this, you got this much slop. You have got a lot of slop, and yeah, that just don't work. Regardless of dowels and whatnot, there's a reason why a lot of clutches come with special bolts. Whether or not this is what the kit had or whatever, it's not right. So that could be causing some movement. What the real issue is, we don't really know, but we're gonna fix it, because that's what we do. Well, that's what Dad does. He's superhuman. He can fix anything.
You can tear it apart anyway.
Well, you gotta tear it apart to fix it.
There you go, you gotta do that.
I do want to go ahead and say for this whole video, everything with this Dodge diesel thing, we're learning still, okay? And well, there's gonna be parts of this video where you're gonna see me pop up with these later installments and be like, okay, gotta correct myself. So pardon me, please correct me if I'm wrong again, or if I haven't corrected myself already, but I want to get this stuff right. Alrighty folks, so here's one of those little moments where we thought we knew what we were talking about, but not really. I trust all my friends and I will blindly, you know, just follow them. And there's nothing against Jake, he did not know, I didn't know. But we were just going off the assumption this was advanced adapter stuff and trying to solve this mystery. And I was talking with my good buddy Jesse, who just got done actually swapping his first gen truck over to an NV 4500 and all that stuff. And I was talking to him about how we had issues with getting the clutch slave cylinder fitting here. And he said, send me some pictures, because that sounds really odd. Because the advanced adapter deal is supposed to be mounted down here or something, auxiliary. And well, first notice here is the Pentastar part number, yada, yada, yada. Explained it. And yeah, this is a factory second gen bell housing, which I'm not sure if this is actually a good thing to have, from what I understand. And but it's only a good thing to have if you got all the other stuff. So like this uses a second gen starter, the second gen slave, the second gen clutch setup, and it mounts to an NV 4500. But this only works, from what I understand so far, if our engine adapter plate, which bolts onto the engine itself, it's a big aluminum adapter more or less, which you've seen, if that itself is for the first gen or the second gen. See, if it's for a second gen, from what I understand, then we're probably just kind of hosed. I'm still learning that. But if it's, we're either going to have to get a second gen clutch setup, or we're going to have to get the conversion stuff or something. So, pardon me, I was wrong, correcting myself. I may have to correct myself again, but you know, that's how stuff goes. We're all learning. Alrighty, well, back on the old Buffalo excursion. As it turns out, I don't know if I mentioned this already or not, but I'm going to mention it one more time. We have all factory second gen stuff. And as goes with that, we just had to order second gen clutch master. That should fit in there like it doesn't currently. The first gen ones don't, obviously. We got a new throwout bearing. We've got our South Bend clutch that just showed up from Jegs. I like that box, it's kind of cool looking. Nobody does cool boxes anymore. Dad actually extracted the broken bolt in the flywheel last night, and we got one. This hole right here is stripped out. It's basically smooth, and that's where the other stud goes. So Dad's gonna work his magic and fix that up. It's some kind of metric thread or something.
Metric, yeah, it's, I can't remember what size it is. But anyways, I need to get a heel coil for it.
Yeah. So we'll get that fixed. And O'Reilly's, we just ordered the clutch master, the part store in town that can get stuff the fastest. So, because, well, pardon me, I got a haircut yet too. But oh, where's all the pipe at? Yeah, Dad has been deleting unnecessary stuff, because this was an automatic truck originally, so it's got a bunch of extra crap that's no longer necessary.
I'm probably going to use that cooler on my boat.
Yeah.
For an engine oil cooler on that 455.
That works. Basically just stripping away everything that's not a badass Buffalo, right?
That's right. Just clean her in.
Yep. Ooh. Ah.
Kind of a blob.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a clutch.
Maybe make your own hole.
Oh God, that's heavy. What did they do? Glue it in? Oh no!
What the fuck?
Oh crap!
What you gotta do? Cut it apart? Gosh, don't know.
I wonder if the heat maybe did that. Look at that. Yeah, that looks actually a hell of a lot nicer than the clutch that actually came out of it. Look at that thing. That's pretty impressive. That's a 13-inch diameter. We went with the South Bend clutch. That's what my buddy Jesse has always used in his trucks, and that's what he recommended, so I trust Jesse. And this is, I guess you'd call it like a stage 1 clutch. It's good for 400 horse, 800 foot-pounds of torque, and well, anybody knows anything about those trucks, we ain't got any big plans of turning it up a whole bunch because it ain't going to the tractor pull, but no shit. Oh. But the plan is to, well, we got friends who are telling us that we at least ought to turn it up a little bit, so. But, I mean, we got to get a functional clutch and all that other yada yada garbage.
Look at those little fingers.
Yeah. And I have to correct myself because I was talking to Jake and he said, and so did Jesse, it's normal for pickup trucks and stuff to have normal bolts instead of the special clutch bolts, the diaphragm bolts, the shoulder bolts. Which I thought was weird, but you know what? I don't know everything, so. Oh, if anybody's curious what clutch we picked, I took my buddy Jet's recommendation, like I said. There's part number for you. It's not real expensive neither. It's gonna be pretty good. Alrighty, so got the bell housing cleaned up for the old Buffalo. Painted the inside bright white because that'll last about 30 seconds. But maybe it'll help us see inside of there if we ever have issues again. And Dad just got done drilling out our boogered hole and 21/64 drill bit, and got our little tap and die set, or a helicoil set for that because we didn't have any, and we're gonna set that helicoil in with some sleeve retaining Loctite. We got some new studs for the slave cylinder that plugs in right in that hole, along with a new slave cylinder and our new clutch sitting over there. So we should be good to go, minus Mother Nature currently. It's quite astonishing because it was supposed to be hotter than balls, which, as you guys may have seen in some of the video clips, it has been. There was no really rain on the radar or thunderstorm, and there is. It's kind of worrying because when you go from like 90 degrees down to like 70 and 80, yeah, things get a little spooky. It's kind of tornado formation weather. But don't see any dangers in the sky. Unfortunately, this means we're probably not going to make it out to work on the Buffalo unless the rain stops at some point. So, in the shop, we'll make progress in here. I would call that a flawless installation. Alright, so now we're just going to let that sit for a bit because let the sleeve retainer set up. You don't believe me? Sleeve retainer. It will be permanent.
You want to take that other one out?
Yeah, we might as well go ahead and replace both them studs with the new ones we got there. And
you got that kind of a piloting hole on them.
well, I can machine one into these, and well, they're fine threaded on the other end, so we don't want to have one that's coarse and one that's fine. So yeah, to make it the same. And I do just want to go ahead and say that the date was inside of here, and before I piled it full of paint, you could read the date stamp, and it was 99, if I didn't show that earlier. So that further confirms this is a true second gen bell housing, and we have a second gen engine adapter on the back of our first gen Cummins. So to go along with all this stuff, along with the South Bend clutch we got there, we have this part number for our second gen hydraulic clutch assembly. Didn't really want to miss this moment because so far it is a huge success because the second gen parts fit the second gen parts, Dad.
That's amazing.
I know, for our first gen engine, our first gen truck. Ah, it's nice when everything comes together. So we're going to Loctite these studs in. They're a little excessively long, but they'll make good lineup tools at the same time.
Well, they need to be long because when you put that in, you gotta kind of push on that.
Oh yeah, you got the, yeah.
And you just draw it in.
Yeah. This one's got the heat shielding. That's pretty nice.
Look at that.
It's really nice. All right. One more front. We did go around hunting everywhere in town and nowhere in our town, but there are other little podunk towns considerably smaller that do have GL4 oil. This is pen grade GL4. You can't use GL5 or GL6, and it's because the NV4500, which surprisingly to me is got brass in it. It's regular stuff, so you got to use old school stuff like this. This is what we got for like the Polara and Jezebel and whatnot. So yeah, and plus this is about the most affordable stuff, and it's easy to get as far as like getting on Amazon and buying a couple cases of it, because NV4500 holds 4 quarts. Buddies say to do 5 quarts, fill it through the shifter hole, you get an extra quart. No reason not to do that. This is a little bit thicker than what they call for from the factory, but you're supposed to run thicker if you're going to be working it. That's the plan with a dually diesel truck, 1 ton. So, well, everything.
It's all shiny.
It's all shiny, I know. I kind of want to actually do a proper polish job on it. Luckily, I had a whole case of that in the house, so I'll have to get some more of that for the Polara because I don't have enough now. But the truck is more important to get on the road than the Polaris, so keep working. All right, well, today the old weatherman had said no rain. It was just supposed to be hotter than hell, so we planned on putting the truck together today. And well, it's been raining all morning, and it's not hotter than hell. Thank God for that. But the rain, as you can see, we got puddles and ponds. A place we're not supposed to have puddles and ponds. So Dad thinks it's not going to rain anymore. The weatherman says otherwise, but you can't trust him. We're in Kansas, so Dad has tricked me into coming out here and helping him. And when I say trick, I mean I had this whole idea of bringing all the parts to put in the truck, and then we'd go work on something else in case it started raining again. And then he was just like, hey, we're already out here. We're already out here. It's not raining yet. Alrighty, well, there's our 5-inch exhaust currently actually in the back. And here's our NV4500. And well, Dad wanted to make sure the flywheel was actually going to fit on the transmission, so that's why it's sitting there. And it is an aftermarket unit, so we're fine there. And everything feels pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and mate that bad boy right onto the back flange of the crank of the Cummins 12 valve. And I guess until it rains, we're just going to slowly start putting parts on. So hopefully the next time we see you, we'll be putting a clutch on. Otherwise, I'll be bitching about the rain. As Dad is giggling. All right, so the wrestling match of the century. Flywheel's up there. So now, flywheel bolts, red Loctite, torque them down. And then, well, I guess it won't be a while before we need you. So, then clutch, everything else. And I'll see you guys in probably 5 minutes, which is about as long as it's going to take for you guys to see all this. But it'll be like 4 hours, and we'll be putting this in and finding out stuff still doesn't work. But hey, look at this. We're putting stuff back together. Torquing down our flywheel. Now we're going to wipe it down. And all right, now the flywheel is clean. Holy crap, that took a lot of wipings to get that bad boy looking nice. I think the camera will show it. If not, oh well. Did our best, folks. Well, it has not started to rain yet. And here we are. One thing leads to another. I just told Dad, basically, I know where you're going with this. He's going to be laughing into himself, probably, internally. But, this is already sitting on here. And he was like, well, just leave it on there, see if it'll just hang on there. And it's like, would you want to store it like that? Might as well just go ahead and put the pressure plate on. It's going to require someone to get out of the truck and go get the pressure plate. There's Dad getting the pressure plate.
Thinking. What you got going on up there?
How you doing, Dad? I don't know if I'm seeing you or not.
I don't know. I see your camera.
Oh, there you are. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get that pressure plate probably on there. It won't take long, and then. All right, well, I got the South Bend clutch snugged up, so now it's Dad's job to break off all those bolts with torquing them. That is a nice looking clutch. There's the beginning of it.
Yep.
I could hear, I missed the thunder in the background, but I could see the sprinkles. Don't worry, guys, we're at the torquing stage, and maybe we'll remove those stickers. I just kind of feel like being a cool guy. You know, like those guys who leave their stickers on their tires? I'm gonna leave my stickers on the clutch. Literally, right after filming that, Dad finished torquing. Line-up tool comes in and out, nice and easy. There's what's coming. So, just in time, we ain't gonna get soaked maybe. Just gotta put the camera down and get the remainder of our tools. So, folks, we'll see you we see you next. Well, I just wanted to address everybody real fast. Wanted to say happy 250th birthday, United States of America. Most beautiful place in the world. Best country in the whole daggone world at that. And I hope everybody had a safe and fun 4th of July. Hopefully no one got hurt. Everyone had fun. I know we did. So now we are back to work. Hopefully it don't rain today. Hopefully it don't get too terribly hot. And we'll get the old Buffalo all back together. Like in the last little segment, you saw us, we got the clutch and everything on. So now it's bell housing, blah, 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 blah. And then hopefully turn the key and have a fully functioning clutch and be able to go places. And then all we got to really do is get some daggone tires and make that truck not look like ass. So here's to it, folks. Well, morning everybody. How you doing today? You can see we're on the clutch page because, well, the work continues. We left off. Dad and I had fit the clutch and pressure plate and all that, got that all torqued down along with the flywheel, and Dad just got done installing the throwout bearing, getting all that greased up properly, and our cleaned up 2nd gen bell housing. Let's see, we got both the studs in there. I set those in the other night after Dad fixed the one. So bada bing, bada boom, she ought to be together. Keep your fingers crossed that everything works like it should. So you see that thing dangling right there? That is our slave cylinder. It's wiggling because Dad's getting ready to remove it, because that's a 1st gen slave cylinder that we had ordered for a specific D350 for the truck when we thought the slave cylinder that was in there may not be stroking enough. And well, it definitely didn't look like the one they called out for. Just like on the movie Aliens, plugged into nothing, off to the hive. But anyways, before I get too sidetracked, alrighty, well, as per usual, Dad, you are the man. Because he had the transmission in here, and we got some visitors who stopped by, and well, the drive shaft's in here now. All the way, carrier bearing, all the way to the back. Good job, Dad, as always.
It's the Alice Chalmers super hat.
That's it. I should get you another one of those.
You gotta wear the Alice Chalmers hat to do stuff.
Maybe that's the problem. I'm wearing the Blana hat, which is more like for safaring and the badger bug for fun, instead of wearing my work hat. Crap.
Blana hats work good with you. You don't lay it on your back.
That's true. They don't stay on for crap when you're on your back. But I did get the console kind of modified and built out, so it will no longer move around on us. So that means at least our drinks will be safe. So that's what I worked on. I don't know how I got that lucky. Well, I wasn't expecting Dad to drop the truck down off the jack. So we're going to fill her up 5 quarts of this pen grade 8090 GO4 oil. Normally they hold 4, but you can supposedly hold 5 on the top. So that's the way we're going to do it. All right. Wow, that looks a lot more terrifying on camera. That was supposed to just be a real happy face, but now it's kind of a horror thing. I was just hoping to fill the NV4500 with happy vibes, so I was going to have it pour oil out of its eyes and mouth. That did not work out like I planned. Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. Kind of like a college guy right after a frat party. Or just one night after Taco Bell. You know, just gotta get it all out. Alright, 5 quarts of the pen grade. Dad's doing a little modification of the master cylinder. He's not a big fan of how the clutch sits. Neither am I. We're not gonna rock a console because it's not done, and well, we want to make sure this thing's gonna work to begin with. So the way Dodge had this little slave cylinder set up originally was hanging down right there at such an angle. And it's a real nightmare. I mean, it's kind of dumb because it sits like this, and I don't know how you're supposed to fill it and stuff, so we're gonna move it just kind of like the one on Jezebel, below the hood, flat in line right there. If that's wrong for some reason, well, we'll let you know, or you guys will let us know. We'll probably know right about the same time, aka well, there's all that mounted, second gen slave cylinder, master cylinder, everything. What did?
He took Batman out.
Jake,
Who's
what?
gonna watch the turbo?
Oh yeah, Jake, welcome to the part of the video now.
In there.
Okay, you got, all right, he's good now.
Batman's back on his watch.
Yeah, without him, the turbo won't work right.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we're about at that point to fire it up and see if all this did anything or not. Now we got clutch.
Ready?
Out of gear.
I think.
Stand back. You got a block moved. Put it in reverse. Ha ha! Ha! It moved! Kind of. Damn you, block of wood, for doing your job. You are block of wood free now, sir. Here. That is the part that sucks now is Dad can't technically drive it through the yard without sinking because the yard's also a swamp right now with all the rain. Now we're back. Alright, Jed, you ready for your danger ride? I wasn't gonna drive. I was just gonna drive like a grandpa. And I'm dead serious too. Nope. See if you can find all the gears. Bye bye. Bye bye. Just, oh no. I guess he's gonna have to find reverse pretty quick.
Yeah, I could have told you one minute.
Don't wipe the fenders off. There she goes for a danger ride. There's second, there comes third. Oh, there's railroad tracks. I think he found third. There he comes. Boogity boogity. He's grabbing them gears. Oh no!
I was having issues getting it to actually downshift to slow down.
Were you rev matching it?
No. Nobody ever taught me how to do that.
Oh, that's totally fine.
All right, back.
You got 5 gears?
Yep, all 5. Oh yeah, 5th gear. That's me driving the entire time with 5th gear, basically.
You just have to learn how to float gears. Do it all day long in my Mac.
I can show you how to wheel around
Don't run into Jazzy. That's pretty close. What'd you say?
I didn't want to walk.
Oh, okay. I was afraid you were going to run into Jazzy.
No.
Okay.
No, I just didn't want to walk back. I was going to see. I don't need to drive it again. It's all whatever running.
Well, find a home for it.
Jake doesn't look impressed.
Do what?
Jake doesn't look very impressed. Oh, my lights were on the entire time.
Well, they're on when the key's on.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Thinks it's Canadian.
I don't know.
My main goal there was making sure 5th gear did not jump out and all that stuff. That does not drive like a normal 4-speed or car or anything like that.
Yeah, you're going to have to get used to downshifting without pushing the clutch in. Just kick it up out of gear, rev it up a little bit. It'll find its own home. Just like driving that old Mac.
Yeah, it's kind of, when I was going down that way and I got stuck behind the guy on the bicycle, actually I had downshifting down. I got it to where I could downshift down, and then eventually I decided I ain't going 2 miles an hour the entire time. So I passed him and I ended up going all the way down to the intersection both times. 5th gear, no problem. Fun. Yeah, it looked kind of like it was probably doing all sorts of stupid shit over there. What didn't mean to.
Just steer pretty good. Okay.
I dig it. Good.
No grinding, no growling. Ira can drive this motherfucker.
Almost ready for Sykeston now. That's one step down. Now we can start. That does make it all worth it, indeed.
Seems like a little thing, but
That was a pretty big job. Now, let's see. Now I get to worry about tires, making it look kind of half-assed pretty.
do a burnout! Wrong way!
And you guys said we need to turn it up. Did you see it? We had 4 tires just spinning, I think. Kind of, it may have only been 2, but you know.
Roll a twisting. Good morning, twisting.
That's all you did. You got, hang on. Well, if I would have stuck out here and helped you in through the heat this morning, would have been, maybe we got it done like 10 minutes faster.
Maybe.
But
Yeah, I was a lot of going from one side to the other when I was putting transmission in, going round, 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 back and forth, back and forth.
you could have just waited.
Try to get it.
'Cause now we got shade back here, but it's done now.
Well, that's how you stay in shape and be superhuman.
Are you calling me fat and not superhuman?
It's just crawling up and down and down and up, down and up and up and down.
He just called me fat and not superhuman. It's okay. I am fat, I will admit that. And I'm technically only half superhuman. Whatever mom is. Mom's her own thing. We don't know if Mom's not really superhuman, I don't think.
Nah, she's pretty close.
She is pretty close. She's got to be like her own thing, though.
We're kind of like the Incredibles.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, because Anna is obviously Hulk.
You want to go there? You may want to edit that. You like to eat.
How you gonna pick on the poor girl when she ain't here to defend herself?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, it's the only time I feel safe to pick on her. If she was standing right there, she would have picked up that white 64 Dodge and threw it at me.
Well, you'd have earned it.
She would have gave you that.
But see, it's true, though. It would have been true, though. If she would have hurled that white Dodge at me, she would be our Hulk, wouldn't she?
Listen, can't deny that. But, still racist. Just
Shit.
because she's green when she's mad does not mean you get to call her out on it.
That's the best part of the whole damn video. I got a running Dodge truck now with a working clutch. It's all actually really thanks to Dad and Jake.
I didn't do a damn thing.
Well,
I
you
literally showed up just in time to watch your dad finish.
well, if you would have never sent pictures of this rig to us, then we wouldn't have had all this extra filming and video and now a good tow pig for the most part.
Well, that was the important part, was getting y'all in a tow pig so you weren't working dollar half to death anymore.
Yeah.
Moral of the story, folks. Surround yourself with good folks, good friends, good family, and everything will come after so. Transmissions do suck. Let's not put another transmission in a vehicle.
My Charger may have to wait till next year.
Well, you did kind of have that whole either get a Strange 60 or buy a Dodge truck. Yeah. So,
Hey, to be fair, you did upgrade. This does not have a Dana 60. It has a Dana 70.
oh yeah.
That's 10 whole more Danas.
Yeah, that's a lot of Danas. But I think I showed you that yesterday. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday. But the automatic in my Charger is no slouch.
No. Yeah, we filmed the video yesterday of your Charger. You put the starter in and everything.
That was day before yesterday.
Oh yeah, that was
Rained all day yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. That was Friday. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, I want that.
I think all three of us popped up like meerkats on the Serengeti.
Everybody here is probably thinking of something cool, and it's just me ooging ogging over a little egg van or something. Well, fantastic work, Dad. So,
Thank you.
folks, everybody, as always, oil cooler for the boat. I want to thank you for sticking through, watching the video with us, seeing the old Buffalo gets fixed up. Next time you see it, I can't tell you what the hell we'll be doing, but we'll be doing something.
Pump mods.
Yeah! We're going to make it less fuel efficient. All right. Well, folks, here's the end of the video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.